Good morning students, welcome back to the online classes. Today I am going to take lesson number 4 from the diary of Anne Frank. Now this story is very touching. Now Anne Frank has the habit of writing the diary. Now in this chapter we will know how she was interested, why she was interested in writing the diary, what was the reason, what was the causes that asked her to write this diary. So we'll go through the chapter and we'll see how the diary was written. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing and I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. Now, she says that writing in a diary is not a strange experience for someone like her, because she was not a girl who needed this diary writing, but she just wanted. Some people have the hobby of doing some extra activities when they are free, say painting or listening music, going to the garden, cooking, like that. Many people have got their own hobbies. So you can say Anne Frank also had sometimes can say this hobby of writing the diary. Now, she in the beginning itself says that she is 13-year-old, a schoolgirl. Now, who will be interested in the diary of a girl who is going to school? Because what she will write, what she will be having to write, and what interesting thing will be would be there in the diary? A schoolgirl. Daily getting up in the morning, going to the school, doing her studies and all, or in the school, and maybe getting sometimes scolding or completing her work, like that. So what strange thing will be there in the diary? That's what she says. But she also says that why she had to write, what was the need to write the diary. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I finally stayed where I was, brooding. Yes, paper does have more patience, and since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff-backed notebook, grandly referred to as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. Now, first line itself, it's clear that paper has more patience than people, and it's damn true. Okay, paper has got more patience. How? We know that when we get sometimes angry and we to a person, to a loved one, and we are not able to tell that person our anguish. So what do? We put out our anger on the paper. We just go on writing about that person, and later on give it to him, because I am afraid of saying this, so I write. You remember Mahatma Gandhi, when he had stolen money from his father's pocket? He was not able to tell to his father because he was frightened. So what did he do? He wrote a letter and kept in the father's pocket. See, that is the thing. Patience. Sometimes we get so angry that we tear the paper, we crush the paper and throw it. Right? So the paper has got enough patience, whereas we do not have. We just get, if someone says something to us, we just give slap. You just look in your own copies. Sometimes when you write some answers and all, if it is wrong, what do? You just go on with the pen, dark and dark and dark. Does the paper react? No, not at all. Whereas if your friend says something or make a funny statement on you, you are out of anger and give him, like that. But here, paper was having a lot of patience. She says that one day she was sitting at home all getting bored, there was nothing to do, no interest in anything, simply sitting there. She thought of what to do now. Should I go out and play or walk around, or should I sit inside? And finally she decided that she would sit inside, she won't go anywhere. Then she thought of the diary. Why don't I take this diary? Because this hard stuff, because first of all, she's not going to give this diary to anyone to read unless and until she gets a true friend. So she thought of writing a diary. Now I am back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. Now she says, coming to the point, that why she chose to write this diary, why she had to write this diary, what was the reason behind this, that why she was writing the diary. Because she says that she was not having any friend. Can you believe this? No? It is impossible. A 13-year-old girl or even a boy, a child will not have a friend. Definitely they will have a friend. Okay, but here she says she does not have a friend. Now she's talking about a friend who is very close to her, to whom she can share all her secrets, all her exciting things, right? Not, we all have friends, but all are not our close friends, right? We don't share each and everything to everybody. Only a particular friend, okay, one or two will be there and we share with them, and that's the important thing in our life. She was not having a true friend so far. Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world, and I am not. I have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No, on the surface, I seem to have everything except my one true friend. All I think about when I'm with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary, everyday things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary. Now, she says that she says that clearly that no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world, and I am not. She said, I am not. I know people will not believe that I am completely alone, and she is not. She is having good family members. She is having a loving parent, she is having a loving sister, and altogether 30 people as a friend for her. Okay, all her aunts and relatives, uncles and siblings, everyone is there. But still she feels alone. Why? Because she is not having a true friend. Okay. Now she says that they all are my friends, and I do not know how to talk to them, how to share my life with them. Everyday things I can talk. Okay, that today I got up, or I had this breakfast, or that lunch, or I did this or that. That is okay, fine. But there are some things which are there in our heart, in the core of our heart, that I want. That is my wishes, my desires, what I want to be. Now, this type of things I cannot tell openly to everybody. Right? I cannot say that I want to be something different from others. No? If I say this, what will happen? People will laugh. Right? They will share with everybody and they start laughing at her. That's the problem. So she does not have any true friends. So this is not able. And she says that she cannot share all her secrets, or she is not having any private things to share with anybody. That's the problem, and this cannot be changed. She wants to have somebody with whom she can talk, with whom she can share, and that's the reason that she had started writing the diary. To enhance the image of this long-awaited friend in my imagination, I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary. the way most people would do. But I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. Now, she says that she is not going to use this diary to just to write some everyday program. No, there are people who write diary every day. Writing that morning, I got up, I did this, I did that, I went home for the breakfast. I did not get the breakfast what I wished for. Out of anger, I went to school. There also, I was a bit disturbed with the teacher. I had a little argument. No, she doesn't want to write all these things. Okay, she wants to write the events that had happened, which were interesting. Okay, which were interesting, and from which she had learned a lesson, or someone else had a lesson. Because of someone, she was influenced by someone. So those type of things she wants to write, not simply writing anything, everyday life, that she doesn't want. Second thing, she says that I want to use this diary as a friend. Just we talk to our friend, a close friend is there. We only you and your close friend go far away someplace, sit together and start talking to each other. Then you share about your life. See, this is a problem with I'm not able to handle this problem. It is every time coming to me, like that. And the friend will help you. He will give advice. He will give some suggestions and all. Like that, she want to kiss. Now you have got your friend a name. So she also gave a name to her friend Kitty. So that's the way she started, giving the name and started talking to the diary. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. Now, she says that she doesn't want to start straight away to write the diary. First, she wants to give a small introduction about herself, about her family, which she doesn't like, because she finds there is nothing interesting in that. All I've got parents, all I've got siblings and everything is there, but that's the reason that she doesn't want. But still, she's saying that I would like to give a small introduction to my family. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12th June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. My father immigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December and I followed in February, when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot. So she starts the introduction of our family. She is having a loving and adorable father, like all of us. We all love our father and mother above all things, right? So she also had the same thing. She also had a loving and adorable father, and he did not get married before he reached 36 and her mother 25. Then her sister was born on 1926 in Frankfurt, Germany, and after that she was born in 29. After 3 years, Anne Frank was born on 12th June 1929. Father and mother left Frankfurt and went to Holland, emigrated from Frankfurt to Holland for their business purpose, to establish their business and all. And the children were sent to their grandmother in Aachen. They were there for a few months. In the same year, December, Margot went back to Holland, maybe for her studies and all those things, and she was there only. And following year, in February, she also was taken to Holland as a birthday present for her sister. I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the 6th form, my teacher was Mrs. Kuperus, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. So when she was in Aachen, she started the schooling in Montessori school, nursery school, and she was good in the school, loved by everybody, very especially the headmistress, Mrs. Hupris. They both were in good touch, very caring and loving to each other. And when the time came to depart, as she was going in the month of February back to Holland, they both had an emotional touch with each other and both had tears as they were departing. In the summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. Now, the summer 1941, her grandmother was very ill, serious. She was taken to the hospital, and because of that, her birthday in the month of June was not celebrated. June was not celebrated because all were busy taking care of grandmother in the hospital. Following year, in 1942, she was dead. Okay, lover. This birthday celebration 1942 was intended. So she died in January 1942, and since she was dead, so that year also her birthday was not a very little celebration, was it? Not much celebration, and a candle also was burned in remembrance of grandmother. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20 June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my daddy. So this is a small introduction, that's what she said. They are, four of them are there, the parents and sister Margot and herself, all four of them, and happily going on. And she started writing, she started writing diary on 20th June 1942, that is after her birthday. After her 8th day of her birthday, she started writing the diary from that day onwards. Enough for today, rest we'll have tomorrow. So I believe you might have understood this much, the story. Thank you, have a nice day.